read the title right, folks. Today we are going to be hunting a great Jagras using only the Shoryuken gesture. If you didn't know, the Shoryuken does do some damage, not much, but damage is damage at the end of the day. This challenge seems simple enough, but due to the low damage output of the gesture and the fact that there are 2 quests before the Great Jagras quest, this could be very painful. The rules of this challenge is 1. The only way how I can deal damage is via the Shoryuken gesture, unless if the damage is caused by the Shoryuken, like falling rocks for example. 2. Anything that doesn't deal damage is allowed, stuff like flash pods, tranks, shock traps, etc. 3. No online help whatsoever. 4. The challenge will end as soon as the Great Jagras is hunted. These are the rules of the challenge, and without further ado, let's get on to it, shall we? The first hurdle that we must overcome is the Slay 7 Jagras quest. Normally this quest is the easiest thing to complete normally. Unfortunately we are not playing normally. The first issue that we discover is that I forgot to switch my radial settings. Yes, I'm fucking stupid. Roast me all you want. The second is that the normal Jagras love to move and jump around, making me sometimes lose track of them and start hitting a full health one instead of the one I was focusing on. I actually found out that the Shoryuken actually has a couple of frames of super armor for small attacks, so if I time my attacks right, I can ignore the Jagras attacks. This was mainly be used in the Great Jagras hunt because the sheer amount of Jagras attacks hitting me out of the animation and like the nest and shit, but you know, useful information for later. Luckily, I only needed to slay 1 before they retreated back to their nest. At their nest, I cosplay being Krillin from Dragon Ball by utilizing the flash pods scattered around to temporarily blind them, where I can wail on one without being bothered by the rest of the pack. But it doesn't take long before I start getting overwhelmed over and over again by all the rats everywhere, making me hit several different Jagrases. Fortunately, the damage stacks up and after a while, they start dropping like flies until the quest is complete. The second quest we face is the Kestodon quest. This was a lot easier than the Jagras quest, believe it or not, so there's not much to say about it. I punch the female Kestodons, dodging the males and repeat ad nauseum, until finally, our boss appears. Using the tiny amount of materials we obtained from the previous 2 quests, we're able to craft ourselves some better gear so we can tank more hits. We also quickly go into the quest to just, quickly collect enough materials to craft some tranks and a shock trap so we can capture and make the quest just a little bit easier. And there's nothing we can really do to increase our damage because it's a gesture, it's not any kind of like insect or anything. So we're going straight into the Great Jagras quest. As soon as we find our hairy stepdad who drinks a little too much, we get on a punching. This is the whole challenge, huh? Yeah, there isn't really a strategy for this challenge. Just keep emoting until you win. As the fight goes on, I start getting more and more aggressive, utilizing the small amounts of super armor I have. Sometimes, I occasionally break apart, which feels oh so satisfying. Like, can we just see that again? God, that feels good. After all, the Great Jagras retreated to an area that conveniently had suspending rocks. I'd always shot down the rocks via the slingshot thing, so I didn't think it would work, but to my surprise, it worked perfectly. A free couple of punches. Let's go. The hunt continues for however long. I don't know, man, I switched my brain off at this point. Until finally, after my knuckles were painted in red, it started limping, and then we had done it. We hunted a Great Jagras and did the first 2 assignments with only the Shoryuken gesture. This wasn't actually as tough as I thought it would be. It was more time consuming than anything else. But nonetheless, it was very fun to do. This is my first ever go at a challenge run. I wanted to know what you guys think of it, and if you'd like me to do more of this kind of content or not. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time.